Where to live in Scottsdale, Arizona. Did you know that Scottsdale is 31 miles long? And at its widest point, it's 11 miles. That's it. At its widest, which means other areas aren't even that big. So it is very long and has three specific areas. We have South Scottsdale, Central Scottsdale, and North Scottsdale. And I would say within each of them, they have their own almost subculture, vibe, different type of housing. So what we're going to do today is we're going to discuss these three areas to give you a feel of what may be best for you. Hi, my name is Nicole Black, your Arizona Realtor, and let's dive into where to live in Scottsdale. Oh, South Scottsdale, where should you be? All right, so on this map, I wanted you to take a look. South Scottsdale is just about around this area right here. The Phoenix Sky Harbor Airport is here, so you are very close to the airporto and also downtown. You're about south, I think, of like Indian School and McHelps, if I have that correctly, but south of the McCormick Ranch area. You do have Old Town in here. Now, you can expect in South Scottsdale to have older homes. This was, of course, one of the more first developed areas of Scottsdale because everything kind of branched out from Phoenix and went out. You're going to see, of course, like I said, just older homes. But what a lot of people have done, so you'll also see that people have bought houses just for the lot. So they buy the lot, tear down the home, and build a brand new house. So you have those in this area. You've got remodels. You also don't have many HOAs in this area. And I get a lot of clients that are investors or second home buyers where they want to mitigate their expense, which is totally understandable. If you have a house in Washington State and you buy one in Arizona and you're only in Arizona a couple times a year, wouldn't you want to mitigate the rest of it and VRBOing is a smart idea. Whether it pays for itself or not, at least you're mitigating, offsetting your expense of the home, and you have an asset down here. So having no HOA is favorable because the majority of HOAs in Arizona do not allow short-term rentals, and that is defined as 30 days or less. So those are your VRBOs and your Air DNA or Airbnbs. Sorry, use Air DNA to research them. If you want to know about that, just message me. So you do that. But City of Scottsdale did pass, also Phoenix, that you need to register your short-term rental with the city. So they do need to know about it. There is a fee. And they also have something called 3 strikes or out, basically. So if you get 3 complaints, you're done. No more short-term rentals, so no more than less than 30 days. Don't worry though. It's okay. You still can do a 30-day minimum, which means that you can do a 30-day minimum furnished rental, so rent it out for 30 days or more, which actually do have a success rate in Arizona. They don't do too bad. So it's still another way that you can rent it out, or of course, always you could turn it into a long-term rental. Now, in South Scottsdale is where you have the famous and one destination that many people come to Arizona for is Old Town Scottsdale. Yes, this is an area where there is tons of shopping. We've got Fashion Square. We've got tons of boutique shopping around there, which, by the way, we have some of the cutest boutique shopping, I think. It's just so much fun. Tons of restaurants, bars, nightclubs. Yes, there is a nightlife in Old Town Scottsdale, which, if you know you have a nightlife, you usually do pull a bit of a younger crowd because, in addition, you are very close to the ASU campus. So, this area does host where a lot of younger people do live and play. You're going to see a lot of bachelorette parties. The little bar bikes go by, hooting and hollering. And then also there's something, we have a Segway tour. And oh my goodness, my husband made so much fun of me when he asked me, what did I want to do for my birthday? I said, I want to go on one of those Segway tours. That's it. That's all I want to do for my birthday. He's like, you've got to be kidding. I will not be seen with a helmet on a little Segway. And I was like, you asked. It's my birthday. He's like, all right. We went on the Segway tour. He literally loved it so much, had so much fun that when we had friends come in town, he took them again. So I urge you to try our Segway tours. They are so fun. And actually you learn about so much about Scottsdale, the history. There's like secret kind of hidden artwork that does it's just check it out. You will not be disappointed. You will love the Segway tours. Highly, highly recommend it. As I mentioned in South Scottsdale, that you do have older homes, but you do have a lot that have been remodeled. Some that have been torn down and rebuilt. Of course, those are going to be more expensive. So if you do buy one within probably the median home price range, which right now you can see for 85257 combined with 85251, it is 465,000. If I take out 85251, it jumps up to 570-ish. So you kind of have your range there between the 450 to 600,000 for a median price home. But we also, in the especially like the Old Town area, we have these amazing condos, luxury amazing condos. You have the Optima in there, and the Optimas are beautiful, very green conscious, gorgeous condos that have great walkability scores, and the Scottsdale waterfront, which has 12 stories. And right now, there's a timing this video, there's a penthouse, two of them, one in one building, going for a little over 4 million, and the other one going for almost $5 million in that area. So you can see that the price range is really going to vary based on what you want in this area. All right, let's work our way on up now to Central Scottsdale. And this is around McDonald, Indian Bed. I think I said with South Scottsdale that it went to McHelps. I'm sorry. It's McDonald and Indian Bed going up to Shea and Cactus. Okay, so Central Scottsdale is right about here. And if you look at this map, would you not say, Nicole, that's not very central since Scottsdale goes all the way up here? You would be 100% correct. But being a native, or not native, but the natives of Arizona and the people who have moved here, they kind of cut Scottsdale like this. And then we go about here. And then we consider this far away, North Scottsdale. So don't worry, we will get into that. But this is Central Scottsdale right here, where we have McCormick Ranch, Gainey Ranch, Scottsdale Ranch, these beautiful areas. And I absolutely love this area because you want to know why? It is so green. When you say, oh, Arizona is just so brown, I understand. It is the desert. But this area is not brown. This area is very green. You've got huge palm trees. You've got big just overall trees. You've got grass lining the medians. You've got grass in people's yards. You have green belts that go with huge trees. It's just gorgeous. That wind through, you can take bike and walking paths that take you to this lake and also restaurants and other stores. It's absolutely amazing. During COVID, this area just saved us. We would get on beach cruisers, go through the green belt on our bikes, and we'd bike to the lake, and we'd get food to go, put out a blanket, and we'd have a picnic right there at the lake. And the gorgeous weather in Arizona, because remember, it happened around March. Yeah, it was gorgeous in Arizona. It was beautiful weather and amazing time. Gotta check this out. Also, you're going to have restaurants like Palma, which is like Neapolitan pizza, Lure, which is amazing seafood where you can get raw oysters or roasted oysters. And you also have Hash Kitchen, which is probably one of the most popular brunch places we have in Arizona. They got a couple locations, one right here in Central Scottsdale, and it's where they have amazing food. I think they have one thing called a Fruit Loop pancake, Fruity Pebbles or something. Just you have to check it out. And I think on the weekends they have DJs spinning it up and scratching those records, and it's an amazing time. It's like a party in the middle of the morning. Now, this area is very centrally located to a lot of things in Arizona overall. Also, in addition, they are kind of sandwiched in between two great shopping areas. You've got the Fashion Square and like the boutiques I told you about in Old Town, South Scottsdale. And then in more, or just North Scottsdale, they have the Kierland and the Quarter area that are very easy and accessible. In addition, you've got other amazing fun things to do around there like Topgolf. You've got Talking Stick Resort and Casino, and you also have the new Tiger Woods Putt Shack right there. I feel like this area, and this is my opinion, that out of all of Scottsdale, this area does feel, yet close and centrally located so many things, a quieter, softer vibe. And also in this area, I do want to point out that from certain areas of it, you can still have views of the Camelback Mountain and also the McDowell Mountain range as well. Let's get into the median sale price in this area right now. Currently, at the timing of this video, it is $835,430 with a range of 252 to 2.5 million. I can tell you the 252 are probably condos, patio homes, studios, or one bedrooms. But the 835, you could probably get a patio home. And when I say that, You got to look at them. There's a lot of them on the greenbelt that are so nice. Probably need to be remodeled, but great location area that you can still get for about 800 to 900,000 at this time. It is a beautiful, great area to check out. All right, next we're going to move up again, and we're going to go to North Scottsdale, and we're going to call it Part One. Okay, and on the map, you were going to see that North Scottsdale is, and forgive me for my drawing, but right about there. North Scottsdale is right off the corner of the 101. So when you live in this area, you have good access to the 101 freeway, as you do, of course, in other parts of Scottsdale as well. But up here, it's pretty much easy to get anywhere over here faster. In addition, this area is very, how do I say? It's beautiful. It's beautiful in a different way than Central Scottsdale. Central Scottsdale is very green, but it's also very flat. As you go more north in Arizona, the grade of the land starts to rise as well, and you get closer to certain mountain ranges. So when you get to this area, you have communities like McDowell Mountain Ranch, Silverleaf, DC Ranch, Anacala, Scottsdale Mountain, and even Wingate Ranch. They have very, very good views of the mountains, or they're actually in the mountains, like McDowell Mountain Ranch. You can have houses in the mountain and then on it, and then great canyons going through where you can get spectacular views of not just the mountains, but the city. And when I say spectacular, I mean amazing. Jaw-dropping views from some of the properties that these areas offer. They are spectacular and gorgeous. I absolutely love them. They're some of my favorite areas and lots in the city of Arizona just for these views. They're incredible. But with that, when you get closer to the mountains, you also get closer to nature. And when I mean nature, it loves to live in the mountains here in Arizona. Not that you're not going to see anywhere else, but you get more nature activity, such as bobcats, javelinas. You're going to have a little bit more of the Arizona wildlife activity when you live closer to the mountains or on or in the mountain area. There are ways that they do prevent from that wildlife getting into your property as much as possible. So just be aware of that. You do get a little bit more one-on-one with nature. But you also, from that, you're close to things like hiking in the mountains. So you've got the great Gateway Loop in that area. Just north of there is Tom's Thumb. And then if you love, like myself, pickleball, don't hate me if you don't love it, but if you do love it, there's amazing parks in this area. There's Thompson Peak Park, and there's also Horizon, where you can go Monday through Friday and on the weekends, mornings and the evenings, put your paddle, as they call it, in the paddle saddle, and get in any game you want. So there's public play. Go by yourself. Believe me, there will be people there to play with you. It is very fun and a welcoming area. You have lots of biking around this area. So, and of course, I think, did I mention that we have 300 days of sunshine? Yeah. So lots of time to play outside. Now, a lot of the houses in this area are a little bit newer. They were built about 20, 25 years ago, and we do still have somewhat new construction, new building going on in this area. And I also have to mention that this area does offer a lot of gated communities and communities that have golf courses. A lot of Arizona does, but in particular, this area as well does too. And then you are also close to shopping as the Kierland area, the Scottsdale Quarter. You also have DC's Ranches Market Street, where it has a lot of restaurant options. You also have stuff in Greyhawk, like Loco Bistro. So you have lots of dining and amazing options. Oh, and I can't forget Isabella's. I don't know why, but Isabella's, even people from out of state that have been to Arizona, I'm like, oh, you got to check out Isabella's. They go, oh, I did already. I'm like, how did you know? This is an amazing Italian restaurant in Greyhawk. It has an amazing patio that looks over the Greyhawk golf course and has spectacular views of the mountains, McDowell, Paradise Valley, Camelback, that when the sun is setting, it is just a beautiful place to be. Also, let's not forget, in this area, you're also going to be near amazing Westworld, which is about right here. And Westworld holds the Barrett-Jackson auction. It also has the Arabian Horse Show and also the polo event, the Bentley Polo event, which is so fun to go see all the crazy outfits that people wear at the, of course, at the polo event, and then also at the TPC, which is the Waste Management Open, which is, it's getting a little crowded in here. I'm sorry. I'm going to really just, it's like right in this blob. And the TPC is the Tournament Players, I think, Club or Champion. I should know this by now. I've said it like 100 times. Oh, forgive me. You know what? I'm going to add it right here. All right. So that's what it is. Okay. So this is where the famous, of course, Waste Management Open happens. It's super fun, crazy event. I'm pretty sure you heard about it on the news this year when Saturday they actually stopped letting people in because they had, I think, 400,000 people there. And then they stopped serving alcohol because the crowd got so rowdy. Yeah. I call it Vegas on grass. It is like you pay for your ticket again, but you get way more than that for the entertainment. So let's go over the median sales price right now in this zip code area. So I'm just going to use 85255 because it's a lot of this area, and it will give you a good picture of what's going on. So the median price right now is $994,000. Again, a range of 250 to 4.2 million. But I am going to bring, because this area does have certain pockets where you can have a home, as you can see right there, for 54 million. That is Silverleaf. 32 million, 10 million. And according to our records right now, this is the first time in history that we've had 79 houses over $10 million in Arizona for sale at one time. And historically, we have never sold more than 21 in 1 year. So this is going to be a really interesting year to take a look at the real estate. But that's where you can see. But again, they do have houses over here for $615,000. So again, not everything's in that price range, but it does have a special pocket in here in the DC Ranch Silverleaf area where you can see houses that are $54 million. All right, now we're going to head up to North Scottsdale Part 2. All right, and in North Scottsdale Part 2, we are talking about right here. So just to put it in perspective, let's not lose where we are on the map. Phoenix is right here. The airport is right here. Oh, come on. Okay, so this is, yeah, it's far north. That's why we call it I call it North Scottsdale Part 2. But this area has gotten a bit busier over the past couple of months. And the reason why is it's beautiful. This is the desert, but this is gorgeous desert, especially when you get around the boulders. Have you ever heard of the Boulders Resort? And if you haven't, look up the boulders. It doesn't even look real. The landscape looks fake. It's so pretty and it's natural. It's unbelievable. The rolling mountains, the actual boulder rocks, the way that they settled, gorgeous resort there. Places to live, and a great spa. Great place to play golf too. So this area is very pretty. It is desert. And in addition, as you go more north, the grade of the land goes up too. So as you're going north, you're going up higher, slightly graded. So the houses up there, a lot of them can have great views of the city and the mountain. And there are some areas that don't have an HOA, and even some that do will allow you to put like a viewing deck on top of your house. So cool and pretty. And then you also have the beautiful, of course, Desert Mountain way up here. And Desert Mountain does have 7 golf courses, their own 7 different restaurants for the 7 different areas. It is beautiful. I had a client there, and when I went through the first gate, yes, I said first gate, it took me 16 minutes to get to his house. 16 minutes from the gate. And then from the gate, it took 45 minutes for him to get to the airport. So it's a gorgeous area, but it's an area for people, one, don't mind to drive at all, or they like to stay in their bubble because you have everything right there. And even right next door is Cave Creek, which is a super cool, fun, like cowboy, Harley area. Beautiful, fun area. You got restaurants with open bars to the outside, views of the mountain. You've got Bike Week that's up there. It's a really fun destination spot, and it's right next to you in Desert Mountain, or right south of you if you live around the boulders, which is more around this area. So beautiful area. Let's take a look at what the median prices are around. Okay, when we're looking at the median sales price in this area at the timing of this video, you can see it's 1.7 million with a range of 582,900 to 8.125 million. You might be asking yourself, wow, like we know we saw the 54 in Silverleaf, but one thing about this area, what can bring up the price point so high is that there's a lot of land up there and people went bigger. So typically the square foot on average for the houses are bigger, hence a bigger price tag on it. So it makes sense why it is the way that it is, but it is a gorgeous area nonetheless. Now that you have a little bit more information regarding the 3 different areas of Scottsdale, South, Central, and North, and I'll say 3.5, and part two north, you can see even just for not being physically present in them that there is a difference. So this is what I tell my clients when they say, I want to move to Scottsdale and they've never been there or just kind of visited and went to a spring training game. I'm like, you need to come here. This is why, because these areas are all different. Even though we're saying Scottsdale, it is different. So get down here, come check them out. If you need any assistance with that, we would be more than happy to help you. Just let us know. You can call, text, email, whatever your preferred communication is, and we will be there for you. If this helped you, please like and subscribe because this is what we do. We do map tours, home tours, community tours, and market updates. Wherever you are in the world today, I hope you're doing absolutely amazing. Thank you for watching, and never forget, we're always here for you.